How many 2 2/3 ounce servings can you get from a half-gallon container of milk? Now, half gallon contains 64 ounces. So this is a 64 ounce container. Okay, now we're going to put ounces over servings, and then we're going to have another fraction with ounces over servings. And we'll have one fraction equals another fraction. That's called a proportion. Okay. Now, for the left fraction, I know one serving contains 2 2/3 ounces. So 2 2/3 ounces goes with on the top. Okay, 2 2/3 goes with ounces, and that gives you what? One serving. Okay. Now we have a 64 ounce container. So 64 is here, and we want to know how many servings this is. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to cross multiply these. Okay, before we do, let's get rid of the ounces and servings. Make it a little bit simpler. Have two fractions that are equal. On the top, I have 2 2/3. I have 1 on the bottom. I have 64 on top and x on the bottom. Okay, copy that down up here. All right, and we're going to go 2 2/3 times x. 2 2/3 times x. We're cross multiplying. This times this equals 64 times 1. So you cross these, okay, set them equals. All right, so I have 2 2/3 times x equals 64 times 1, okay. X now, it's equal, 64 times 1 is 64. Now, x is my variable. The number in front of x is the coefficient. That's 2 2/3, okay? So if I divide this side by 2 2/3, I get 1x here. Divide this by 2 2/3, this gives you a 1. Divide this by 2 2/3, we'll just copy that down right here. Okay? So now my problem is the unknown x equals 64 divided by 2 2/3. Now 64, if you write it as a fraction, it's 64 over 1. We have our division sign. This written as a fraction, what's 2 times 3? 6 plus 2. We keep the 3, but the top gives you 6 plus 2 is 8. And then we use our Kentucky Fried Chicken, which is really not Kentucky Fried Chicken, it's Kentucky Chicken Fried. Keep the first fraction, change this from division to multiplication, and flip the second fraction. So what do? K, keep it. C, change it. F, flip this one. So now we have a multiplication problem. Okay, notice 64 and 8. 64 and 8 have what in common? What do these two numbers have in common? Can you take 8 divided by 8? 64 divided by 8? So my new fraction now is 8 times, you have your 8 times 3, and 1 times 1, and that will give you 24 over 1, which is 24. So it's going to give me 24 servings.